Hi guys, it's Rachel. Today is November 14th. It's currently 10:40 a.m. and well, it's a somewhat bright but cloudy day here in Vancouver. Yes, it's also 8 degrees outside right now and I cannot handle the cold weather here. So I'm all bundled up. But yeah, I got my toque and my scarf. I thought that it might be a good idea to give you guys a tour too of that campus because it is very beautiful at the University of British Columbia. So yeah, we're on our way there now and I'll show you guys the view. So hope you guys enjoy. Hi guys, my name is Rachel and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is going to be very interesting because I'm going to cover a study permit refusal wherein the applicant paid full tuition but unfortunately got her study permit application refused. Good news, the decision was overturned and I'll give reasons as to why that is. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel. It's at RR Denzel for more Canadian immigration tips and cases relating to Canada visa refusals. So yeah guys, I'm gonna give you guys more of the facts and details right now. So a little backstory. She graduated from a university in Ukraine, taking up a bachelor's degree in philosophy while specializing in English. In April 2014, she applied to Centennial College in Toronto and got accepted into the business administration program. She then provided a letter from a family friend in Canada, and in that letter it indicated that her family friend will be providing financial support to her during her studies. The weird thing about this letter is they did not provide any proof of funds. Later that month, the applicant heard back from IRCC and unfortunately, her study permit application was refused. The officer was not satisfied that she had enough finances to pay for her tuition fees or living expenses. The officer was also not satisfied that the applicant would leave at the end of her stay in Canada, and it also wasn't clear to the officer the reasons for that family friend funding the applicant's education. After the first refusal, the applicant tried again or resubmitted a new study permit application in June 2014. So this was 2 months after the first refusal. In the new application, the applicant included new documents to address the officer's concerns, which includes proof of funds wherein that family friend opened a 40,000 Canadian dollar guaranteed investment certificate under the applicant's name. The applicant also showed proof of paid tuition, wherein the family friend also paid for her first semester's worth of tuition fees and included a receipt to show proof of payment. The applicant also included foreign visas to show her travel history and more importantly, showed exit stamps indicating that she has been abiding by her visa conditions and leaving the country before her visa expires. Fourth, she even included an employment letter wherein her employer indicated that she is permitted to leave and that her position will be available to her upon her return. She also included a study plan wherein she stated what she was planning to take and why she was planning to study in Canada. Unfortunately, even with this effort, the second study permit application was refused. General reasons for the rejection on her study permit application included: 1. The officer was not convinced that she would leave Canada at the end of her authorized stay. 2nd, the immigration officer was also not satisfied with the purpose of visit. 3rd, the officer also mentioned that she had limited employment prospects in her home country. To elaborate on that point, the officer thinks that she won't have career opportunities from that education if she were to return back home. Lastly, the immigration officer also reviewed the letter from that family friend and found it to be unclear as to why that family friend would pay such a huge amount to support the applicant during her studies. But guys, in my opinion, I feel that the immigration officer's decision was completely off. Why? Well, first, the letter from the family friend already mentioned that he had a personal connection with the applicant. Second, he mentioned that he had a strong desire to invest in her to support her education and also improve her life. I also don't agree with the visa officer when he mentioned that the applicant won't leave at the end of her authorized stay in Canada. I mean, she included travel documents showing that she's traveled to 4 different countries outside of Ukraine and returned at the end of her authorized stay. She had an impeccable travel history and that she's been abiding by her visa conditions, contrary to the visa officer's statement. In my opinion, the second study permit application was strong and well supported, and she still got a refusal. She could try again and reapply for a 3rd time, but given her immigration history, she might receive another refusal. And that's because another immigration officer will review her application, look at the record of refusals, and is likely to go with the decision made by their colleague. In this scenario, it's recommended to seek legal help from an immigration lawyer, because only you or the immigration lawyer can challenge the decision to the federal court. Yeah, agencies or immigration consultants are not qualified to challenge refusals at the federal court and can only suggest you to reapply. In this type of situation, it's better to know that you have other options than to just reapply. At the federal court, the judge stated that the immigration officer's decision was unreasonable and ordered the applicant's study permit to be reassessed by another immigration officer in line with the judge's reasons. So, what went wrong with the officer's decision? Maybe the officer was suspicious as to why that family friend that lives in another country would pay such a large amount. But the court said that if the officer was suspicious about this transaction, the officer must give the applicant an opportunity to address this concern, meaning the officer must allow the applicant to respond. The officer's general statement of the applicant not returning to her home country is also not true, because the applicant included her travel history and the officer did not mention this in his assessment. So what can we learn from this decision? Number 1, it's always best to be well prepared and well supported in your study permit application. Second, a well documented and well supported study permit application, like the second application, will reduce the chances of getting a refusal. Third, a well prepared and well documented application is also important evidence in appealing the refused application. Why? Because the court will only look at the evidence submitted to the officer at that time before the officer made his or her decision. Generally, the court will not look at any other evidence after the decision was made. If you do get a refusal, it's best to seek advice from an immigration lawyer, because only immigration lawyers can help you challenge a refused decision at the federal court. If you want to appeal and your deadline to appeal has passed, then you're out of luck. If you're going to seek help from an immigration lawyer, you must do so immediately. If you don't appeal, then your refusal will stay on your immigration record, and this may negatively impact all your future applications with IRCC. So in this case, the applicant approached an immigration lawyer to appeal the decision made by the immigration officer at the federal court and succeeded. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have for today. I hope you learned a thing or two from this study permit application refusal. Thank you again for watching this video. I hope that you're all safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!